suddenly realized that he might be trapped in the pool and couldn't get out, because at the moment the water level in the pool is dropping. The once full pool now reveals its smooth slippery walls. Without stairs, a normal person can't climb up. Wide awake now, he jumps off the float and swims to the edge in a panic. He desperately reaches out trying to climb up, but the walls are too smooth and there's nothing in the water to step on. Climbing up is impossible. He gathers all his strength and tries to grab the edge of the pool light, but the edge of the lamp was too narrow to fit his hand in. He had no choice but to readjust his position. Jack hooks his fingers into a crack trying to pull himself up. Then with a sharp crack his fingernail rips off completely. Blood gushed out and instantly stained the wall. The pain in his heart made him tremble and he lost his strength immediately. In a hurry, the man drew out his belt and wrapped it tightly around his index finger to stop the bleeding. Then he pushed the floating bed to the wall, intending to step on the floating bed to climb up. In order to reduce his weight, he took off his wet bathrobe to prevent the floating bed from sinking, so that he could have one more hope of escaping. The man managed to stand still, but because he was too short, he couldn't reach the edge of the pool even with his arms outstretched. Instead, he slipped and fell into the pool, choking on several mouthfuls of water. The man couldn't climb up, so he had to find another way. He tied his belt around his glasses to make a hook, trying to hook the cell phone off the shore. He tried countless times and finally threw his glasses onto the cell phone when he couldn't see it. But just as he tried to pull the leash, the floating bed slipped again, and he fell into the water. Choking a few times, the successive failures made the man completely desperate. He was helplessly clinging to the wall and shouting upwards, hoping that someone would come and save him. However, the pool has been abandoned for a long time, except for the crew that came to shoot the movie yesterday. The rest of the time no one will come over. Just when the man was in despair, his cell phone suddenly rang on the shore. As it vibrated, it actually moved towards the edge of the pool, and soon revealed a part of it that was about to fall into the man's hands. The man was so excited that he tried to stretch out his left hand to catch it, but at that moment, his dog suddenly stirred. He stepped out of the way and was hung by the rope on the shore. The dog's about to choke. In front of him was the hope of getting out of the trap, and behind him was his beloved dog. The man was so anxious and angry that he didn't know which one to take care of first. After a moment of hesitation, he turns and swims to the dog. He lifts it up with the float, pushing it to safety, but at the same time as the dog came ashore, the cell phone had already moved to the edge of the pool, and in the blink of an eye, it fell straight down. He turns back in pain, punching the wall full of regret. But just when he was in despair, his cell phone rang again behind him. The man took a look and realized that the charging cable he had forgotten to unplug before going into the water had become a lifeline for his cell phone. He swam over and fought to try and grab the phone. The man suddenly realized